All righty. Welcome to the weekly analysis for the week of, oops, for the week of February the 4th through the 9th. We currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items on that we're going to be looking at today. So let's get started. And we have some members on today, some IC4XCLEARLY crew. So if y'all have any questions, please feel free to ask because that just helps with the recording of this video. Okay. Okay. So weekly order block. So I'm just going to go to the monthly really quick. AUD, NZD. I don't even know why I put this on the calendar, on the thing for today, because this has been consolidating since 2015, 14. As we can see, we have, I'm gonna just mark up this one here since this is closer to price. We have our high here. And we have our low here. It's pretty much in the middle. If you want to trade it, I would say don't. Because it's consolidating in here, I would say mark up the high and the low, but it's yeah, don't trade it. Tapped into this order block here, pushed up, and then just started consolidating. And as you can see, it is creating lower highs, but also creating higher lows. So I would not mess with it. Of course, wait until it gets to one of these zones, which may take a few months or a year or two. And it was, let me go to the weekly. So it was a bearish order block for the week, but it's in a bullish order block. So again, I wouldn't trade it. Yeah, I wouldn't trade it. Next we have Euro AUD. We have a bullish order block. As you can see, price has been bullish. I'm just going to mark up the last swing lows here. Based on market structure, this was the high, this was your low. And I'm just going to mark it up with the zone. This was your high. This was your low. And price is currently in the middle right now. So I would say to wait for, as you can see, it's creating lower highs and lower lows. So, and it gave you a bullish order block. So it would either have to break these highs. I wouldn't trade this one either. I would wait for price to get to the zone, or if you want to mark up the last downswing, because as you can see, this is bullish, right? But it's currently in a bear. So this is the high. It broke structure, and now this is the low. So either way, price is still in the middle, whether it's from this zone or this zone. So you can either wait for price to get here to see what it wants to show you what to do, or since it's a bullish order block, if it plays out like, let's see. And I'm just marking up the weekly candle, this candle, because that's what Ty would have done. Either price is going to pull back to this 50% point, and then maybe continue buying up. So if it goes 50% 618, then you can take it. Oh, wait a minute. Did I? Okay, because I marked up the candle itself. Um, you can either take it to the negative 27 or to the negative 618, which is now your zone, close to your zone. Okay. Um, I personally don't mark up just the candle, but if price from here to the golden zone is like 80 pips, maybe 100. So then maybe you can buy it up to the zone, either here or back up to here. Okay. If you're going to trade this zone, if you're going to trade in this, in the middle. So that's for Euro AUD. GBP CAD is a weekly bearish order block. This is another one that is okay. So price based on market structure, you had this push up, pull back, push up, pull back, push up, and then price broke structure, right? So price broke structure, price pulled back to the 88, and it started breaking or violating order blocks to the downside. So it didn't break this high and then gave a bearish order block. So with that being said, maybe price will pull back up into the 50% 618 and then continue to the downside. If I'm marking this up based off of levels, structure levels, I would say here's my zone here. And here's my zone here. Okay, those will be the first zones I mark up. And of course, that's on the weekly, but that's the same. So if I wanted to mark up, now as we can see here on the daily, there was a strong resistance level here. It came here and it reacted. So I would definitely mark up that zone. Because as you can see, price was resistance, 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 support, support, resistance, and then it did a little something here. So with the bearish, you say M's and W's. You say M's and W. Yes, 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 yes. I see M's and W's in play. So if we're trading So I would be looking for price to come down to there. Price has, like we said, price pushed up. Matter of fact, it tapped into the order block, started breaking structure to the downside. If Yes, you're on it, Terry. So when I say price comes up to a level and then starts to break structure to the downside, this is what I'm talking about. So even, and I'm going to go down in the time frame so you can see it a little better, right? So we had a break here. Well, we had all these breaks. Let me just say that. So we had a break here. It pulled back and then started selling down, right? Once it broke, pulled back to the key level and then started selling some more. Tapped into this impulse move, this order block, and then started breaking structure to the top side. And as it was breaking structure to the top side, right? Oops, what's the wrong thing? As it started, so you had here, here, here. So here, pulled back here, started breaking structure. And then we started breaking structure without breaking these highs to the downside. So you broke this low here, pull back, and then it started giving bearish momentum here. So with that being said, based on the weekly, this might be the pair to trade for next week. One of the pairs to trade for next week. So from here to here. So you have this swing high, this swing low. So I would say price is going to pull back. Hopefully it'll pull back to the zone. This zone here, maybe it'll pull back. Well, this zone here is the 50% 618. That's a little confluence right there. Maybe it'll pull back to the 7888 and then sell, but my guess would be that it will pull back into this level of this key level and then sell at least down, like we said, to the negative 618. So if that's the case, we're talking approximately 281 pips. Okay. So this would be one of the pairs I would recommend to trade next week. Next, we have US oil. Okay. So let me tell y'all my thoughts on oil. My thoughts on oil. Okay. Oil has been bearish for some time now. Since June of 2022, started falling. It pulled back and then started breaking structure or started retracing back to the downside. Now, yeah. So my thoughts on oil is that it may be bullish. It may be a little bullish, right? Let me go down to the weekly. Hold on. Weekly. Oops. Okay. So it may have pushed up, violated this order block. So if we fib the move up, because it violated my order block, this has pulled, back to pretty much the 618, right? Will it get to the 78? Not sure. This could just be a pullback, or that broke structure. This was the last swing high. And then looking at the swing to the upside, and I would have measured from the swing low, right? From the low to the high. Todd is looking at price coming back to the 78, almost to 88, and starting to push to the upside. I see that. I recognize that. However, when I mark up my key levels, right? When I mark up my key levels here, so I'm just going to mark up that zone. There is actually, if I was just using this zone over here, this would be my zone right here. So we have resistance, support, 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 breakout resistance, came back, price pushed back to this area, and then started selling off. So I personally, now, if price does not break this low, because we're looking at market structure, right? So if price does not break this low and starts buying back up, then I'm going to look for price to buy up to at least to this zone, if not more, to continue buying to the top side. So, so price broke here. So this was the last swing. So I'm just going to mark up this swing right here. Right? So price went there, pulled back, broke through, broke back in, broke back out, broke back in. So I'm looking for price to at least come here and start showing signs of buying. We had, but this momentum, this 1, 2, 3 days of bear, it gets here. So I would set my alert here. Once price got here, I would be watching to see what price is going to do. As long as it does not break the swing low, this is the last swing low here. As long as it does not break that low, if it starts breaking structure to the top side, then I'll be looking for more buys. Does that make sense for everybody? That's still on?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
that makes a lot of sense.
So that is my thought on on oil. Now, if price starts to creep down, okay, so we have this zone here, but we also have this zone here, right? This is the low, right? So price could come here and create a double bottom, but if it starts breaking past this low, my guess is it's going to keep selling. So I'm waiting to see what happens right here. If I look at the 4-hour, price has tapped into the zone. So I would definitely be waiting to see. It tapped into the zone. It's given a little reaction. It gave a shorter block, and then it gave a bearish shorter block. So, what I would like to see, if it's going to keep buying, if it's going to start buying, is I want to see a break here, right? And then I want to see a break here. Then I will look for the pullback and start buying up. But it has to break here. If it doesn't break here, if this break doesn't happen, then it's got to break here. So say if this doesn't happen, because this right now is your swing high. This is currently the swing high, right? Look, I don't want to include that long way, but I would say right here. This is currently your swing high. Break. Break. So that made the swing high. And then this got broke. So yes. So now this is the swing high. So if this doesn't break here, well, once this breaks here, let me see. And I'm just going to include this wick right here. So if this breaks right here and then starts to break up here, then I'm looking for the pullback for the continuation to the top side. And that's what I see on the 1 hour. Right now, it's just, we have double bottoms. So price can push up to anywhere up in this zone here. Did I move it? I did. Price can come anywhere up into this zone here and then start selling again, because this is the swing high currently. So I would be watching oil this week. This would be a pair to look at for the week.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my eyes on oil too. I'm gonna mark the top and the bottom and see how it reacts. Whichever way it reacts,
that's the way you go.
I'm gonna get in on that.
I'll be watching this one too, because I lost a little bit of money on this one. And then gold, we have a weekly bullish order block. Okay, so I'm going to mark up just this zone here, because this has been a level of resistance for some time now. You see this, right? So we have a bullish order block. So right now, it's bullish, right? We look at market structure, and I'm just counting that all the way up there. Price has not broken this low. So now we have to watch to see what this wants to do. It's either going to come here and then start breaking structure to the downside, and then you wait for the pullback for the continuation of the sell, or it's going to break through. It's a bullish order block may, and if you are on any of Nawaf's calls, the fact that this candle does not have a wick, I'm expecting when price opens to pull back and at least give this some kind of to compensate for the missing wick, right? So it's either going to compensate for the missing wick or it's going to keep selling through, breaking structure, breaking levels of lows. Let me just say that, to the downside. Because as of right now, we have this and oops, this and this as our high. Well, this is our high right here. This is our swing high, but these are, because this pushed up, pull back. Because these did not break this high, these are just lows. This is not a higher low. This is just a low, right? Because it did not break, but this is a higher low because it broke structure here. So that's our swing low. That's what we would really like, but price can come and start breaking these internal lows. And then you can at least trade it back down to the swing low. That would be the first move. So if price buys up based on the weekly order block, selling it back down would be a little over 1,100 pips. Now, I have been waiting for I have been waiting for price to come back to, let's see, is it this order block? I have been waiting for price to come to this order block. Feels like 100 years. I've been waiting for price to come back here because this is your swing low and this is your swing high, right? So if price comes back here or there's an imbalance in here, okay? So if you mark up, now I would love for price to come back here because this is your low, this is your high. Now, if we fibbed the move from here to here, this is your 88, the optimal trading entry for a buy to continue to, and if Baba was still on here, I can't remember where he said price was going to keep going to, but he said 2250, I think he said 2250. I think he called out 2250. Baba trades the he trade the key levels. So if price come here and starts breaking structure, so the first trade would be the sell. So if price started selling, what do we have? We had a weekly bullish order block. So if price comes in here and then starts breaking structure, then we'll look for sales down to the imbalance. Okay. Once it gets to the imbalance, we'll see what happens, because then we can possibly start buying back up to these levels here. Because price, it wicked through and then pulled back. So that's what I see for gold. Oh, Baba, you still on here? Hey, Baba, is this the one, 2250? Is that right? Let me put it right.
For sure, that 2209.
22, the negative
Yeah,
27?
because that's the first the quarter level was 2200. But
22.
2200. And then you got 2250 and 22. For sure,
22.
2200. So you will get hit.
Okay. And then 2250.
And then 2275.
2275.
There go your negative 600.
And
But
that's
take your TP at negative 27. Because if we would have taken our TP at this 147, that would have been it.
at the where?
Remember when we did the fib for the 2147
2147.
when it spiked up here?
When it spiked up here. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Anywho,
Oh, from here to here.
right.
Oh, that's where I am. No, that's what I did. That's what I fibbed. From
No,
here,
I think it was this other move. This move came down.
the down move. Are you saying the down move?
No. The move that bought up 21, that broke the all-time high. Remember we got in on the pullback.
Oh, my bad. Okay. So from here to here
Yeah.
to the
And
negative
that
6. Yeah.
negative, yeah. Right.
So, and then that key level was 20. Wait a minute, hold on. Y'all, I'll be all confused with the key levels. 2175, 2150.
There's 2150. But it didn't tap 2150.
Let me just mark it. I just want to mark it out though.
Yeah, it was like a bit short.
So it did not tap 2150. So this would, whatever happens here. So what are your thoughts on go for for this weekly order block?
The daily, well, yeah, it hit on the daily, it hit the daily zone. Started rejecting, but it didn't close with even on the 4 hour it did. So
So
it
it hasn't broken the structure yet.
hasn't broken structure, but not on the daily. Or I would drop it. I'm dropping them 4 hours. So because it came and tapped that daily bearish order block, right? So it didn't close. It didn't close above it.
So this is our last daily swing. Like we have price here, so we have to pull back, push down, pull up, break. So this was our last daily swing. So if price breaks above this zone, then
you're
you can
buying.
provide. Yes.
But since it didn't close above that zone, right?
Since it did not, we have to wait for price to show us what it wants to do.
Right. So drop down to your 4 hours.
4 hour. So this was still our zone.
You still didn't get a break below a order block. You never got break below structure. So this was my buy zone. So it's still buying.
This was your buy zone because of this order block.
Yeah.
Okay.
So until it breaks below this order block, the wicks of this order block, like you're not selling.
Yep. So price may come into here. And if you see price, we're on the 4 hour. If you see price starts to break structure on the downside without breaking this high.
Yeah, you got to then sell it because that's the daily sell zone.
Yes.
Yeah. Multiple times it can come and tap the sell zone and keep until
because it's a key level. because it's a key level, it can come back up here multiple times. But I will say, if you see price come up here, and I'm not talking to you, Bob, I'm talking to the group. If you see price come up here, because it can even come all the way up here. There's an order block right here. There's an imbalance that hasn't been filled. But if you see price starts to break structure in this zone, then I would
the equal highs right there, Kim.
huh?
You got relative equal highs right there that it could come and get that liquidity.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You see the bearish order right there.
Yep. So price can pull up into this order block right here and then start selling. Well, this is the thing though. If it breaks this high.
Hey, Kim, remember that schematics that you had sent, that you told me that one guy sent you, where it'll break the low, create liquidity, and then come back up and break the high, and then sell off. Remember that?
I'm trying to.
That's what
I'm squinting my eyes. I'm squinting my eyes. But let me just say this. It could break this because technically, so this is the high, this is the low. So technically all this is in between still, right? So so it could come up here and then start breaking structures. It's in the key, it's in the primary area or the point of interest or the area of interest. So anything can happen in this zone. Okay. And so if that happens, I would say you can definitely sell it. It's probably going to come here, then do a little pullback, and then sell down to the imbalance.
I can't wait. Let's go.
I know, because once it gets there, then I'm definitely looking for the buy up to 20. What did we say? 21. Hold on. I'm definitely looking for the buy from this zone to this zone to the 2210.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Which would be approximately, let's just put it from here. 2,500 pips. So we shall see. And what I like about this zone, it is a key level from here. That's what I like about this zone. We have a key level here. So we're looking for price to come back in here and then, and even if you don't take it to the negative 27, from this zone to this zone is 900 plus pips. And then if price does happen to break above these highs right here, then your zone would be from here at least to these highs, at least to that high, which is about 700 plus pips. Okay. And then that's it for all the weekly order blocks. Any questions? Any questions?
No questions from me.
Well, if not, that concludes the weekly analysis. Happy trading, everybody.